Right now, I'm joined in the studio by Florence Vilminot, our press reviewer. Hello
Kat.
there. You're going to be taking us through some of the top headlines in the French papers today. And quelle surprise, François Fillon and Penelope-gate dominating a lot of those headlines. He spoke to the nation on Monday night, apologising for having employed his wife as a parliamentary aide.
That's right. Now, he said that that was a mistake that he deeply regretted, but he continues to insist that he did nothing illegal and is refusing to abandon his bid for the Elysée palace. Now, you can see here, aujourd'hui en France, Le Parisien talking about Fillon, des excuses et ça repart, apologies, and then you're off again. Well, to understand the irony of this headline, you have to know a little bit of pop culture here in France. There was a very popular chocolate bar ad back in the day. Un mars et ça repart. You just have to eat this chocolate bar and then you're off again. So will this work for Fillon like the chocolate bar? Just make apologies and then he's back on the road. You can see that question mark. It seems to be quite important there.
It does. You're teaching me about pop culture there. That was something I didn't know. Some papers are having a bit of fun, really, mocking François Fillon out and out about this predicament.
That's right. I pulled out a couple of cartoons for you. Let's stick with Aujourd'hui en France, Le Parisien. You can see their cartoonist Rançon here. You can see Fillon. I wanted to apologize to the French people, and I didn't even ask Penelope to write this speech. Of course, he's been coming under attack for asking Penelope to do things, and people aren't quite sure whether she did them or not. Of course, that's the crux of the issue. L'Humanité, the communist paper, taking a lot of fun here at Fillon as well. Fillon keeps his head up high, but you can see he's about to walk right into an open manhole. So perhaps not the best strategy for Fillon. And then L'Opinion, the pro-business paper as well. You can see on their front page, they're talking about this mea culpa, this apology from Fillon. Will this be enough to jumpstart his derailed campaign? Well, that's certainly what his party is hoping on. You can see here, this is kind of a weird cartoon, I must admit. This is
imaginative.
Exactly. They're depicting Fillon as the Sphinx here in Egypt. You can see that Les Républicains, they're looking at his nose. Of course, that's a very famous part of the Sphinx. And they say, well, look, if his nose is the only thing to come off in the scandal, well, the rest is going to hold good. Well, that's fine with me then. We'll see if that works, though.
Imaginative cartoon from L'Opinion. Conservative papers, though, are taking this much more seriously, really. The right-wing paper, Le Figaro, is actually applauding Fillon for how he's responded.
That's right. Le Figaro is a big cheerleader for François Fillon. Let's take a look at their front page here. They're saying this was his moment of truth. Everyone said he was finished. Everyone was wrong. His counterattack was a success, and you can see they've chosen this quote here, Je suis debout, I am standing up.
I'm still standing.
I'm still standing.
To quote Elton John.
Exactly. Now, according to Le Figaro, Fillon, he really did a good job in that speech yesterday. He showed his determination is intact, his energy is boundless, and he also, a lot of papers are likening him to a mountain climber. Apparently, he likes to climb mountains. Well, just like a very good mountain climber, he was steady in the storm. He showed courage in the face of adversity. And so Le Figaro says, good. Now that that's done, now that the apology is out of the way, let's hope that we can now focus on the campaign, because after all, the election is just a couple of months away now. Le Figaro is hoping that everyone is now going to focus on real campaign issues and not the scandal.
Indeed. Some papers, though, not so ready to move on. Left-leaning Libération, much less of a cheerleader, I think was the way you put it.
Very
than
much
Le Figaro.
Yeah, absolutely. They're more of a booer, I guess you could say, for Libération. You can see on their front page, they're talking about l'acharné. It's kind of this relentlessness, this wanting to grip on to power, I guess you could say, with all his might. Now, Libération says that what we saw yesterday was just a bunch of smooth talking, a controlled PR operation, but Libération is not buying it. They say, look, Fillon didn't actually say anything new. In any normal functioning democracy, Fillon would have stepped down by now. And according to Libération, the only reason that he's getting away with brushing or sweeping the scandal under the rug is because the Conservatives don't have a plan B. And so Libé says, Conservatives see his determination as a chance for victory in the presidential election, but they're not so excited. They say that democracy is actually the big loser here.
All right, let's take things onto a broader, more European scale for the next story we're going to look at in the French papers. Today marks the 25th anniversary of the Maastricht Treaty. If you're over the age of about 32, you'll probably remember all the headlines back in the day. I certainly do. It was a big battle, wasn't it? It was the precursor to the European Union.
That's right. That was on February 7th, 1992. Le Monde says that Europe is celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Maastricht Treaty behind closed doors because, of course, it comes at a time when Europe is facing a major crisis, an existential crisis with Brexit, etc. So it's perhaps not the best time to celebrate what led to the Eurozone, amongst other things. You can see this cartoon of a European official with a pie in his face saying, well, happy birthday anyway. But what's interesting, is the Maastricht Treaty led to the creation of a single European currency. And 25 years later, lots of economists are still debating whether or not that was a good idea. You can read the debate. They're both sides of the debate. Once again, in Le Monde, people saying that that was the big mistake that's led to all the economic trouble that we're seeing today. So you can see that's on the left there. We're paying for the mistakes in 1992. But other people say, no, the euro has been a big success. Let's not forget that at the time, in 1992, the economic situation was quite difficult in Europe, and the euro saved that.
It was. I remember those days, showing my age. Let's just end with something completely different. Tomorrow, an annual classic car show is going to kick off here in Paris. A very special guest this year, one of my favourite items of pop culture.
That's right. This is the Retro Mobile Car Show. It's an annual car show at the Porte de Versailles, so just down the road from here at France 24. And you can see the big guest is going to be James Bond's iconic Aston Martin from Goldfinger. First time it's being shown here in France.
What a beauty. Well worth a look. I might even pop along. Thanks very much. Flo Villamineau looking through the French papers there for us.